A lot of issues affecting you, where you live, your family. Let's get to Snohomish County this half hour, talk about the Snohomish County Council race. One position is open without an incumbent running. Brian Sullivan is termed out. And in District 2 alone, 8 people are vying for that position. 8 candidates, that is 7 Democrats and a Republican. Top 2 vote getters move on to the November general. Historically, it's a Democrat-friendly seat. There are a number of mayor's races you may consider this year as well, this August primary in Renton, Olympia, Bellingham, and in Redmond. So very important positions there, obviously, to fill. Speaking of Whatcom County, the executive race, the all-important position of executive, high-powered, high pay, it is up for grabs. 4 candidates vying for that spot. In Whatcom County this time around, homelessness and affordable housing have been 2 big issues on the campaign trail. We should also again note the biggest one in King County right now, the Parks levy. Voters are asked to approve an $810 million levy to increase access to parks, spaces, and trails. If approved, a homeowner would pay an additional 18 cents for every $1,000 of assessed value. So just a couple of issues here to consider. Again, turnout is pretty low. It is an August primary. It's what you'd expect. It's at 19% in King County this morning. That will likely go up, of course, because today is election day. It was 43% for the primary last year, 34% the year before, for some perspective.